We have been known to use mental health terms very casually in our daily lives, such as, oh, I'm feeling so depressed today. This is such an anxiety inducing job. But is it the right thing to do? Definitely not. Namaskar, welcome to another episode of the ISU podcast. Today, in this episode, we are about to debunk such myths and definitely take out the truth. Because no matter what, the internet is feeding us a whole bunch of lies. With us on today's episode, we have Dr. Monica Sharma. And I will not take much time, let's dive into this intriguing conversation ahead. Namaskar, ma'am.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
So my first question to take this conversation ahead will be, do you think that there has been an over-exaggeration and certain sentiment in the minds of normal people regarding mental health, that it is a normal behavior and it is nothing to be concerned about?
I would say it works both the ways. For some people, mental health concerns are like not that important that one should be talking about them. It's like it's natural, it's everyday part and parcel of life. But for some, it is so hard that they want to talk about it, but because of the stigma attached and how the people will react, they do not talk about it. So you will find both the populations.
Right. But ma'am, with the growing age of internet and especially with our generation who's consuming so much information out of it, do you think that internet has become a source of providing us a lot of false information, and how can the generation who's taking that information differentiate among it?
See, definitely when we talk about technology and in this matter internet, of course it has its own advantages and disadvantages. So I would say that if you have a mental health concern and if you are searching the internet, definitely you will get a lot of information, not just for mental but of course for physical health also. The most important thing is to understand the source, how authentic is the source, because you will see there are many websites like we have NHS, we have National Mental Health websites which are authentic government websites which actually give you the adequate amount of information and the correct information, but at the same time you have other websites which give you information, a whole lot of information maybe which is not even required, and false information. So I would say, when we are talking about mental health, it is not what you understand because you are not an expert. So you read the information, you can cross check it with yourself, okay, these are some sort of symptoms, I feel them in myself, and then you should leave internet and transfer yourself to a specialist.
Right. Ma'am, why do you think that generally this has become such a common thing to use mental health terms, or this has become such a kind of a fashion in our generation that, okay, if I am feeling sad for a day, now I am in depression, which obviously is not the case because technically it's an entirely different thing. But why do you think that it has become such a fashion?
See, I could say that here we have a very important role of media and people who are actually influential like celebrities. So out of my observation, what I have seen that once Deepika Padukone stepped forward and she said that she was suffering from depression. So people who were actually suffering and were not that much open to talk about it, they were able to correlate. And as we already know that when we talk about film stars, we talk about, sports players, and if they are doing something in their life, something is coming into public, people try to follow them, people try to, bring that thing into their own life. So maybe that, I can say that it has its own advantage that at least people started talking about mental health, but at the same time people also started using these terms very loosely, just thinking, okay, it's normal to talk about it, so not understanding the main purpose and the main issue of the word.
So according to you, what do you think is like one of those major myths that especially in our culture, in the Indian society, we have regarding mental health, and what are the steps that we can take to debunk it?
See, I would say we have two myths. The very first myth is that if a person is suffering from mental health, that person is crazy and nothing can be done now. And another myth which I would like to talk about is related to adolescents, that people think that adolescents do not have mental health issues. It is just that these are their mood swings because they are into the stage of transition from an child to an adult. These are normal hormonal issues which are going on. But I would say no. Even adolescents and teenage people can suffer from mental health issues, and if we go on the statistics provided around the world, we will see 14 to 15% of adolescents are suffering from mental health issues because it is a very difficult phase of their life. So we just can't term that okay, it is just a mood swing, it is just a hormonal imbalance which is leading. No, there can be a mental health issue, and we should not just leave it considering it अच्छा ये तो normal है, नहीं. Plus, also about mental health, as we have physical health, similarly we have mental health issues. So in physical health, when there are certain issues and like diseases like diabetes, BP issues, these are not treatable issues, these are manageable issues. So when we talk about mental health issues, some of them are treatable, some of them are manageable. So there is no difference between physical or mental health. So we should not term them that they are crazy and now nothing can be done. A lot can be done.
Right.
And the most important thing, like you asked, what one should be doing it, the main important thing, and being an adolescent, I would suggest talk about mental health, and every individual is different. So for one person, one thing can be of very casual कि अच्छा ठीक है इतना सही तो हुआ है, वहीं पे दूसरे के लिए वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकता है. तो हर एक इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंट होता है, उसको इंडिविजुअली देखिए, उसकी प्रॉब्लम को इंडिविजुअली देखिए, समझिए, बात करिए. इफ़ यू विल टॉक अबाउट योर emotions, if you will talk about how you feel, how you behave, how basically you feel in whatever you are doing, definitely you will talk about mental health and everybody will be mentally healthy.
Definitely. So I think it all comes down to the fact that how open we are in communication about these issues, how well do we communicate, and of course then taking help and stepping in when needed. So moving forward, ma'am, what do you think are some societal norms that have been since generations and have been passed down, that mental health problems or talking about mental health has been a taboo point for especially the generation who's above us, and somehow that transporting problem has come into us as well, that we are not open to talk about it, and how can this communication gap that can be submerged?
See, I would say the main source of this communication gap and the societal norm comes from acceptance.
Right.
Because there is a lack of information people have about mental health issues, there is a lack of acceptance. Like you will see families where if a child is not feeling happy, is sad about something, they will say, okay, it is just a normal thing. Why are you feeling sad? Don't feel sad. Do this and do that. And they will not understand because they don't want to. They feel कि if we will understand and if we will say कि बच्चा डिप्रेशन में है तो समाज क्या बोलेगा, ये क्या बोलेगा, और डिप्रेशन तो फिर ट्रीटेबल ही नहीं है, फिर क्या होगा. लेकिन वो मैनेजेबल तो है. आप डिप्रेशन के लिए आप बोलने से डर रहे हैं, लेकिन आप डायबिटीज़ के लिए बोलने से नहीं डरते क्योंकि एक्सेप्टेंस नहीं है, नॉलेज नहीं है. सो इफ़ वी टॉक अबाउट इट, इफ़ वी try to educate people about mental health issues that yes, they are manageable, definitely slowly acceptance will come. And I would say after COVID, definitely acceptance is coming. And being adolescent, like you said, generation gap, if you will talk about it, if you will go back home and you will educate your family about it, definitely they will understand, and slowly the people who are around you will try and understand what it is. It is a slow process, but we are towards, going towards a stigma free.
Exactly. But over the time, as you also mentioned, that movie stars, they got involved, and influential people, they came forward and they started talking about it. Now internet is a hotspot, like either you get a lot of hate or you get a lot of love. So people are very scared, and because of course internet is still not a safe space. So where does that problem arises from, that people are so much dependent on that validation from the internet, that they feel that if they speak about their mental health problem, either they'll be too accepted or they'll be very rejected from the society. So why does that internet problem is in our generation?
See, I would not say it is an internet problem. It is basically the interpersonal relationships and the basic social circle a person has. Right. This time what is happening, because we live into a world which is a social world, lot of acceptance, praising, and what should I say, justification and acceptance from the society is required. And when we come to one-to-one communication, somehow we are not open in that. So we want to hide behind that curtain of internet, and we want those social acceptances. So like, even if you will see people's social media profile, it is me who is judging what should go on that page and what should not go. So it is not the real life of that person you are seeing there. So because it is a created world which shows there is a lot of positivity, everything is good, so even we feel कि अच्छा ये अच्छी चीज़ है तो हमें यही दिखानी चाहिए. नहीं, वो दोनों चीज़ें हैं, हम डिसाइड कर रहे हैं ना हमें दुनिया को क्या दिखाना है. तो हम अगर दोनों चीज़ों के बारे में बोलेंगे तो डेफिनेटली चीज़ होगी.
So as you mentioned positivity, I'll come down to this question now, that if you, I have heard this personally myself as well, that if you are suffering from a mental health problem, or if you're going through some sort of phase in your life, you're always told that think positive, be positive. Do you think that it's a solution to everything?
Okay, so I'll ask another question on this. If I say think positive, how easy it is for you to think positive?
Exactly, because it's not.
So just by thinking positive, nothing works. It is accepting whatever you are going through and then working towards it with a positive feeling that yes, I know I can handle it. I just need to put an extra effort and I'll achieve. That positive thinking that yes, I'll take that step is important. Just by sitting here and thinking, acha, I'll feel happy, I'll feel happy, I'll feel happy, you are not going to feel happy.
Exactly, true.
You will have to do something to feel happy.
Right. Ma'am, what do you think is the stage where somebody should step in and be like, now I have to take help? This has gone really out of my hand.
When you feel that whatever you are doing is not working and it is affecting your daily functioning, definitely go and seek help, whether it is from your family, from a specialized counselor or a clinical psychologist. Once you feel whatever you are going through is hampering your everyday normal functioning, definitely it's a red flag, go.
Right. So just to sum this all down and bring it to one boiling question, one message that you would want to leave our audiences with regarding how to overcome these stereotypes, challenge these taboos, and accept who they are for whatever situation they might be in, and how can they improve their lives for better?
See, I would say every individual is different and it is not about society. Firstly, it is about you accepting yourself. So if you can accept that yes, whatever I'm going through needs help, it is a mental health issue, only then you can go and reach out people. If you yourself are feeling uncomfortable in talking about your mental health, definitely nobody on this earth can help you. So accept on your own part that yes, whatever I'm going through, like it's a physical health, it's a mental health, whatever it is, I know it's in my control. I should go and seek help and things will be sorted. That is most important.
Thank you, ma'am. I think it was a very knowledgeable conversation for me as well, and I'm sure our viewers will have the same review. So thank you so much for taking out your time and being here with us. With this, we come to an end of this episode. I hope that you are taking valuable information out of this, and whenever or however you need help, you will seek out for it and not hesitate about it. Please make sure that you stay tuned to our channel for more such episodes. I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.